So it's a final week. What do you do? What do you change? Do you change anything? Well, for me personally, I do a couple of things if I'm ready. So I'll do a pinch test by pinching the bicep here and then pinching my waist. So by my waist, if it's very close to the thickness of my bicep, then I know that I can carb deplete, and then I'll load with carbohydrates so the muscle pushes against the skin, gives separation, definition, and shows the muscle that I've been working hard for over the last 12 weeks for my after pictures. But do not do this if this pinch test doesn't match up. Regardless, what you should do is remove your salt over the last week. You don't want any subcutaneous fluid hiding and masking the muscle that you worked so hard for. One thing that doesn't change for me over the last week is the water. I like to keep that the same. Another thing that you need to be doing is, if possible, is get yourself a bit of a tan before your after pictures to show people of what you look like in the later stages. The way that I like to reward myself at the end of the 12 weeks comes in a few different forms. Like I remember last year when I transformed, I went out and bought myself a couple of nice suits. This year, I think I'll probably just go out for some sushi, and that'd be a nice cheap meal for me. I'm also going to be guest posing at the bodybuilding.com fitness expo, so I know I'll get some good pictures there. So having some great pictures going from A to B, that's like a reward in itself. So we started off as usual with the DTP principle, kept the heart rate up, worked both types of muscle fibers, a fast twitch, a slow twitch, started with 50 reps, superset the flat press, so it works pretty much the whole of the chest with the bent over rows. No, row it. That's better. And by arcing back a little bit, I find it works the whole of the back. 6, how bad you want it? 7, come on, 8. The upper, lower lats, the rhomboids, the lumbar, the traps, absolutely everything. We supersetted 50 reps, increased the weight, went to 40 reps, increased the weight again. So we went 30, 20, 10. And then we went back down 20, 30, 40, 50, which is great to do at this stage. It really brings out the hardness of the muscle, increases the blood flow so it gives you the fuller appearance, and I just love it.
I'll tell you about it in a minute. So I literally just finished chest and back superset with Kris Gethin, and kind of tell you a little bit about what I'm going through. I am 2 days carb depleted. I have a show in 4 days, and this workout was particularly tough, not so much because of the lack of energy, but the amount of volume that we just did. This type of workout is definitely a mindset. You don't have the food, you don't have the energy, you don't have the carbs, as you would particularly in your off season, but you just got to dig deep and get through it, and in the end it's a big payoff.
Today I had Brandon Poe join me for a workout, which was great. It kind of pushed me a little bit more, and there's no way that I'm going to slack off when I've got someone behind me. You know, you're always trying to prove yourself, you know, when you've got a training partner, so it's good, keeps you on your toes, especially towards the end as you're starting to feel depleted and tired. You know, it's like you utilize all your energy in that 45 minutes or probably less. We kept it very intense. Just save your energy for the workout. Doesn't matter if you're really tired and running on vapors the rest of the time. And I just love it. It just, you know, it's a love-hate relationship. You hate it at the time, but you love it once you've accomplished it. Join me tomorrow to find out why, as such a huge meat eater, I've decided to give up meat.